On the contrary, those who believed and forsook their hearth and home and strove in the way of Allah, such may rightly hope for the mercy of Allah. For Allah is all forgiving, all merciful. They ask you about wine and games of chance. Say, in both these there is great evil, even though there is some benefit for people, but their evil is greater than their benefit. They ask, what should we spend in the way of Allah? Say, whatever you can spare. In this way, Allah clearly expounds His injunctions to you, that you may reflect upon them, both in regard to this world and the next. They question you concerning orphans. Say, to deal with them in the way which is to their good, that is best. And if you intermix your expenses and living with them, there is no harm, for they are your brothers. Allah knows the mischievous from the righteous, and had Allah willed, He would indeed have imposed on you exacting conditions, but He is all-powerful, most wise. Marry not the women who associate others with Allah in His divinity until they believe. For a believing slave girl is better than a free, respectable woman who associates others with Allah in His divinity, even though she might please you. Likewise, do not give your women in marriage to men who associate others with Allah in His divinity until they believe. For a believing slave is better than a free, respectable man who associates others with Allah in His divinity, even though he might please you. Such people call you towards the fire, and Allah calls you by His leave towards paradise and forgiveness. And He makes His injunctions clear to people so that they may take heed. They ask you about menstruation. Say, it is a state of impurity, so keep away from women in the state of menstruation. And do not approach them until they are cleansed. And when they are cleansed, then come to them as Allah has commanded you. Truly, Allah loves those who abstain from evil and keep themselves pure. Your wives are your tilth. Go then into your tilth as you wish, but take heed of your ultimate future and avoid incurring the wrath of Allah. Know well that one day you shall face Him. Announce good tidings to the believers. Do not swear by Allah in your oaths if they are intended to hinder you from virtue, piety, and promoting the good of mankind. Surely Allah is all-hearing, all-knowing. Allah will not take you to task for the oaths you utter in vain, but will certainly take you to task for the oaths you utter in earnest. Allah is all-forgiving, all-forbearing. For those who vow abstinence from their wives, there is a respite of 4 months. Then if they go back on their vow, they will find that Allah is all-forgiving, all-compassionate. And if they resolve on divorce, surely Allah is all-hearing, all-knowing. Divorced women shall keep themselves in waiting for 3 menstrual courses, and it is unlawful for them, if they believe in Allah and the last day, to hide whatever Allah might have created in their wombs. Should their husbands desire reconciliation during this time, they are entitled to take them back into wedlock. Women have the same rights against their men as men have against them, but men have a degree above them. Allah is all-powerful, all-wise. Divorce can be pronounced twice. Then either honorable retention or kindly release should follow. While dissolving the marriage tie, it is unlawful for you to take back anything of what you have given to your wives, unless both fear that they may not be able to keep within the bounds set by Allah. Then if they fear that they might not be able to keep within the bounds set by Allah, There's no blame upon them for what the wife might give away of her property to become released from the marriage tie. These are the bounds set by Allah. Do not transgress them. Those of you who transgress the bounds set by Allah are indeed the wrongdoers. Then if he divorces her for the third time after having pronounced the divorce twice, she shall not be lawful to him unless she first takes another man for a husband and he divorces her. There's no blame upon them if both of them return to one another thereafter, provided they think that they will be able to keep within the bounds set by Allah. These are the bounds of Allah, which He makes clear to a people who have knowledge of the consequences of violating those bounds. And so, when you divorce women and they reach the end of their waiting term, then either retain them in a fair manner or let them go in a fair manner. And do not retain them to their hurt or by way of transgression. Whoever will do that will indeed wrong himself. Do not take the signs of Allah in jest, and remember Allah's favor upon you. He exhorts you to revere the book and the wisdom that He has sent down upon you. Fear Allah, and know well that Allah has full knowledge of everything. When you divorce women and they have completed their waiting term, do not hinder them from marrying other men if they have agreed to this in a fair manner. That is an admonition to every one of you who believes in Allah and the last day. That is a cleaner and purer way for you. For Allah knows, whereas you do not know.